So it has been a few days since the release of the FNAF movie worldwide, but sadly for me, it released on the 2nd of November, for some reason. Avoiding spoilers was really hard for the entire week, and I did get some things spoiled, but not really the main plot. So on the evening of November the 2nd, I took my good friend to see the FNAF movie in my local theater. It was actually really packed with FNAF fans and the cosplayers, which was a thing I genuinely did not expect. Like really, there was so many cosplayers there, which kinda made me sad since I only put on some generic black suit with purple pants and a t-shirt. And then the time came to see the movie itself. And man, this movie is amazing. I'm gonna first start pointing things which I really liked and then talk about the things I didn't. So of course, spoilers are coming up. So the movie was in my opinion a perfect adaptation of FNAF. The story was handled really well, and when I even watched some reactions from non-FNAF fans, they for the most part really enjoyed it. The beginning was fantastic because it showed that Freddy's is literally a death trap for anybody who walks in, and I love that fact so much. I really enjoyed how Mike's past was handled using the dream sequences with the missing children. It was just a really cool way to show us the ghost in the action, even though the ghost of Golden Freddy was like the only one who really interacted with Mike. Speaking of him, this actor did such a great job being the sinister, vengeful spirit. I don't know why, but he was just so menacing, just standing there and talking. Really big props to him. Josh Hutcherson also did such a great job being Mike. And then there was Matthew Lillard. His performance was pure fire. Him being in the spring bunny suit just gave me pure goosebumps. He genuinely looked like a mentally unstable serial killer. Just every scene with him in the spring bunny suit was pure perfection. The Springlock scene was something that I expected, but also something that was just shot so well, and I had shivers all over my body while it was happening. The animatronics looking at him with the red eyes while they were dragging him to the safe room and the building was collapsing is in my opinion one of the most epic moments in the entire FNAF series. The YouTuber cameos were so great. MatPat and Corey did such an amazing job and just made me smile whenever they showed up. And the fact that MatPat is called Ness, just perfect. Balloon Boy was such a random addition that made me jump every time he showed up. Scott really knew what he was doing with him, knowing how the community sees Balloon Boy. Vanessa was such a likable and charming character, and the plot twist that she's William's daughter was something I would never in the wildest dreams expect. You really needed to see me and my friend's reaction when we heard that. We were both shocked and speechless. The way the animatronics move and acted was so eerie and real, it felt just really clean and cool. I just adored them so much. I just absolutely love the story this movie gave us. It was really similar to the FNAF we know, but also something new. I really have nothing bad to say about the story. Now, I can see why some people might think that this movie was not scary enough, but for me, it was fine. Like I'm a person that gets scared really easily, so the movie did a job for me. The gore was really tamed down, just like they said. I mean, it is PG-13 after all, but still, the few times that they show blood and gore, it was disgusting. Such as the scene in the parts and service with the stuffed bodies. That one was horrifying. I really was expecting more blood and all that, but still wasn't that disappointed. The way they showed the missing children incident in the 8-bit minigame style and the absolutely epic music was just perfect. Literally just a perfect way to show it. Nothing to complain about that. Talking about the music, it was just amazing. Every single track had so much life into it. The main theme, the Yellow Rabbit theme, the credits theme with the music book foreshadowing the puppet. Literally everything was perfect. Nothing bad to say about the music. The Easter eggs and the references were also very nice. From the Dream Theory book, Sparky the dog, to Ella. I am also very proud of myself for predicting the movie's beginning. I thought that it would start showing the missing children, and then it would cut to Mike waking up to the FNAF 4 alarm clock. And it actually happened. I was just so proud of myself. So it's very nice from Scott to add these Easter eggs. And of course confuse new fans or people who don't read the books into thinking this is baby. And it was also really cool how this book connected back to the Silver Eyes in so many ways. And of course the Living Tombstone FNAF 1 song in the credits. I was expecting maybe a remix or something, but not the real thing. It is now literally the anthem of FNAF. Wow. Now, what I didn't really like was that the plot was moving kinda quickly. It's really noticeable and sometimes bothers me. Also I expected more from the other missing children and also from William to be more in it before dying. The infamous fort scene was such a weird moment for me to see. I just had my jaw open while watching it, but I still really liked it. It just showed that the animatronics are just kids after all. Or maybe because I like goofy stuff. Who knows. I was also hoping to get more backstory to Freddy's and maybe even Fredbear's, but now that doesn't matter since we know a second movie is coming, so we'll most likely get more stuff like that in there. Such as the puppet, who I was so hoping would show up, but was not disappointed that he didn't, since we know he will most likely be in the next movie. And these are really my only complaints. As a FNAF fan who is so interested in this game series, from the games to the books, this movie just did everything right for me. The main problem the critics have is that this movie is just confusing to newcomers, and I wouldn't even agree with that. It pretty much explained the plot points such as why the robots kill and who killed the children and all that. It even explained how the spring logs work. So really, even a non-FNAF fan can find this movie enjoyable. But for me, a FNAF fan, this was just a perfect movie that did its justice to the FNAF series. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the second one. Scott really cooked for years to give us, the fans, what we wanted. Thank you, Scott.